Hey, what's going on? Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, then you're probably looking for a way to make money with affiliate marketing as a beginner. So we're going to be talking about that in the next couple of minutes. See you in a second. Hey, welcome back. And so if you're watching this video on YouTube, I'm always coming up with content that will teach you how to generate more sales inside of your business and create your first six-figure year inside of your own business using the abundance of the internet, all right? And this is actually part 8 of a 10-part series where we're talking about how to generate six figures with affiliate marketing. And inside of my business, Invincible Marketer, we have 10 values, right? Now, if you want to watch value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can check it out in the playlist below if you're watching this on YouTube, okay? But today we're going to talk about number 8, all right? And number 8 is all about taking ownership of your life, all right? And if you take ownership of your life, this is the only way that you're going to succeed because only you are responsible for your successes and your failures. And this is something that I talk a lot about inside of my Invincible Marketer program because a lot of people think that internet marketing is just about the tactics. You know, what Facebook strategy do you use? What Google strategy do you use, right? How do you get more leads from TikTok, right? And it's actually not about that. That's the easy stuff. What's difficult is the stuff between your two ears, the 6 inches between your two ears, right? It's all about mindset, okay? And when you get into the right frame of mind, then and only then are you able to achieve these great things in affiliate marketing. And so I've spoken a lot about some of the tactics in some earlier videos, but in this video, I'm going to break this down for you a little bit, all right? Now, you have two choices in life, right? If you want to build some sort of income or you want to build more freedom with the power of technology because it's one of the most powerful things that you can do, then you need to take ownership of your life. Now, there's only two ways. You either say yes or you say no. Now, here's the problem, right, with most people. Most people take this route. They take the easy route. So instead of taking ownership for their successes and failures, they don't want to take any ownership and they say no. Now, this is a huge mistake because this is what happens if you say no, all right, to taking ownership of your life. Now, this is what people generally do, all right? The people that say no, they blame others for failing, okay? They never blame themselves. They always blame whatever's going on around them. They blame their parents. They blame the city that they were born in or the town they were born in. They blame, the lack of money that they have when they were growing up. They blame, things like, I don't know, maybe their parents were druggies or, alcoholics and stuff like that or whatever it is. But for whatever it is, they never actually look at themselves. They always push the blame and the lack of success onto other people, okay? And that's the people that choose to not take ownership of their life. Another thing that they do, which is kind of related to the first point, is they play victim all the time. So it's never their fault, right? It's always somebody else's fault, right? They're always the victim. Oh, poor me. I'm not able to figure out how to market online. I'm not able to figure out how to sell products. I'm not able to, get results with the internet, even though there is an abundance of information. I mean, if you're watching this video right now, it tells me something about you, right? It tells me that you live in an age where you have access to the power of technology. It tells me that you either have a mobile phone, a laptop or computer, you have access to the internet, and you have access to information that can literally change your life. So you really should have no excuses, right? And yet the people that decide no to taking ownership of their lives, they play the victim all the time, no matter what, okay? Now what happens then? Well, what happens then is when you blame others for your failings and you play the victim all the time, you actually leave life to chance because you're not really taking ownership of your life. You're not carving out your life the way that you want, right? You're just kind of sort of a passenger in your life, if you will, right? It's like sitting in a car and letting life, who's the driver of your car, just take you wherever and you're not in control. That's a really, really bad place to be, all right? And so the people that say no to taking ownership, they leave life to chance, which means that usually it kind of goes astray, right? Life will take them wherever life takes them, and that's not a good place to be, right? You need to take control of your life. Usually they have no goals, right? They don't set big goals. They don't have big visions. They don't want great things for themselves. Or they do, but they don't really do anything about it. So they might have, tiny goals in the back of their mind, but they don't really action on any of those goals. And so they leave life to chance. They have no goals. And where does that actually end up taking them? Well, this will usually end up, in them losing, okay, in life. And that's with everything: family, money, freedom, relationships, everything, right? And they usually stay broke. They're never able to create wealth inside of their lives because they don't take ownership of it. They kind of get into a job and they just let it take it wherever it goes, right? Imagine if you were a janitor, okay? Or if you were working, minimum wage at McDonald's, and you didn't take control of your life at all. Well, what are the chances that you're actually going to become, a senior manager or CEO of that company? Very, very unlikely, right? Especially if you don't put the things in place in order for you to win, okay? And so this is a really bad place to be. All right, and I hope that if you're watching this video, if this resonates with you, this is like the worst thing to do. You must take ownership of your life, right? And so we talk a lot about that inside of Invincible Marketer because again, in order to build a six-figure affiliate marketing business, it really is about getting this right, okay? In order for you to make any type of money with any type of online business, you must take ownership of that business. If you sit there and you do all these things, then even if you have the best program in the world, it's not going to make you any money, okay? Now, on the flip side, people that decide to say yes to taking ownership of their lives, right? And again, this is what we talk a lot about inside of my program. This is generally what happens to them, okay? First of all, people that take ownership of their lives, right, and own their successes and failures, okay? They understand and they know that it's hard, but they're going to do it anyway, okay? Because they know that it's worth it. They know that by taking ownership of their lives, it's scary. It's kind of an unknown, area to go into, but they understand that it's going to be worth it, right? So it's going to be difficult. Life wasn't meant to be easy. That's the thing. And in order for you to create some amazing wealth inside of affiliate marketing specifically, you're going to have to do some hard things. You're going to have to learn some new skills. You're going to have to flex those marketing muscles. Does that make sense, right? If you were 300 pounds overweight and you wanted to lose weight at the gym, you're not going to lose it from day one. It takes persistence. It takes consistency. It takes, the ability to go there, lift the weights, and also diet at the same time, right? It's not easy, but it's very possible because there are, millions of people that do it every single year, but these are the people that understand that it's hard and they're just going to do it anyway, right? Another thing to people that say yes is they understand that only they are fully responsible for their life's outcomes, okay? No one else. And that's huge, right? Because it's a complete opposite of what's going on here. The people that say no to taking ownership of their lives, they blame everybody else. But the guys here, the guys and the gals here, they understand that they have full control. All right? You must understand that you have full control of your life. No matter where you are right now, whether you're broke, whether you just got out of a horrible relationship, whether you've tried internet marketing like 10 or 20 or 30 times, maybe you've done it for like 10 years. I failed for the first 8 years. If you don't know my story, I literally failed for 8 years. I wanted to quit more than 20 times and I had spent more than $90,000 US dollars on my business and I was never in profit from 2009 to 2016, right? Now, I understood that and I knew that it was my fault. It wasn't the system's fault. It wasn't the guru's fault. It wasn't, my mentor's fault. It was my fault because if I decided to quit at that stage, then I never would have persisted through and continued and found the right information that finally got me to the success that I have today inside of my business. I hope that makes sense, okay? So the people that say yes understand that. They get it. They understand that they are responsible fully for their success, and that's key, okay? The next thing is they are willing to sacrifice to create a life of abundance. That's so important, right? Look, if you're watching this video right now, you probably have a full-time job. It's very, very likely. You're either freelance or you're working a full-time job, or maybe you just lost your full-time job, and if you did, I'm very sorry, okay? But there are all sorts of people that are gonna be watching this video, right? Now, the thing is that in order for you to get great things in life, you have to sacrifice a little bit. I mean, again, just to kind of quote my story a little bit, right? I worked a full-time job for 15 years. I was a full-time corporate guy for 15 years. Now, how did I find time to build my business? Well, I used to do it on the way to the office, on the way back. I used to record a YouTube video in the car on the commute to the office and on the way back. And at night, after dinner, spending a little bit of time with the missus, right? I would work on my business for 3 hours, okay? So it would be like from about 9 till midnight, right? And I did that every day, Monday to Friday. On the weekends, I would put in 4 hours on a Saturday and maybe sometimes 4 hours on a Sunday, sometimes less, right? And I did that strategically every single week, week on week on week on week. And you build momentum. That's how you do it, right? Now, could I have gone for my friend's barbecue or, been out partying with my friends? And I did do a little bit of that, don't get me wrong, right? But I was working a lot of the time because I had a vision for my future. And people that understand that are willing to sacrifice a little bit. Okay, we're not saying you have to sacrifice everything, right? I'm not saying you have to sacrifice your whole life in order to achieve the goals that you set out to achieve, but do you need to sacrifice a little bit? Absolutely, right? If you're trying to build a six-figure affiliate marketing business, something that pays you $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, do you think that you can do it without any sacrifice? Absolutely not. All right, and if you're in the mindset that you can, then you need to change that mindset, right? And so, again, people that say yes to taking ownership of their life, they understand that a little bit of sacrifice is required, okay? And what happens in the end, in conclusion, is these people end up winning every single time, okay? Every single time. Much, much more than these people ever would, because they understand that the journey of life is all about choices. And it's about the choices that you make today, and it's about the way that you conduct yourself in that life and inside of your business, all right? And if you're not willing to take ownership of that life, and you're not willing to take ownership of your successes and your failures, then you've already failed, okay? I hope that makes sense. Now, the reason why I made this video today is to inspire you and to educate you a little bit on how this stuff really works. Now, I can talk about all the tactics, day and night. I can show you which ads to run. I can show you the tracking. I can show you how to make great videos that attract people. But this is the kind of stuff that people don't talk about, which is even more important to you getting success, because you need to get in your head that you need to be this kind of person instead of this kind of person. Okay? Now, if you got some value from this video today, I would love to know what you thought in the comments below. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're on YouTube right now, would appreciate some thumbs ups, okay? And listen, let me know what you thought of this video, right? Share this video with someone, within your network if you think that this is going to help them out, all right? And so what we covered is point number 8. Okay, these are the 10 values of my program. This is point number 8. We talk about taking ownership of your life, and only you are responsible for your successes and failures. We go into this deep inside the program, right? So if you're like, Aaron, I love this stuff, right? Obviously, I'm going to show you the tactics and the step-by-step, how to build out all your websites and all that stuff. But we cover this kind of stuff as well, because it's so, so important in order for you to, have a higher chance of having success, right? So if you're like, Aaron, where can I get access to your program? All you need to do is just click the link below. You can check it out. It's called Invincible Marketer. It's my signature program. We've got hundreds of students in there who are doing tremendously well, all right? So you can check it out if you like. And listen, thanks for sticking around today, and look out for video number 9, okay? Because we're going to, start to wrap this up a little bit. We're gonna talk about taking massive action every single day, but I'm gonna show you exactly what action you need to take so that you can have some amazing success. Take care and speak to you soon.